Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, July 7th of 2019. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives to create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. And thank you for being here this morning as let's come into our prayer and healing circle. And I want to offer a prayer for those who've been affected by the earthquakes over this past weekend. We've had earthquakes in California and in Nevada. And I just want to say a prayer for them. And then we'll get into our topic today, which is finding your personal power amidst old family dynamics. A special request, and I appreciate requests. So thanks for that. Okay. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, let's all come together in our prayer and healing circle. So just come into the circle. You are invited into this circle. And imagine us all coming together, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee. So we sit together in this circle, creating a beautiful container for prayer, for healing, and for gratitude, and for personal empowerment. So as we come together, let's take a full and gentle breath together. And as you exhale, bring your heart center, that funnel of energy at the front of your chest, to face toward the center of our circle. So our hearts come together as one. And together we call on our source. And we ask of our source to please send your essence, your power, true power, please send your power to our circle and feel this stream of energy that's flowing into the center of our circle. This is a power that is not a dangerous power, that power that we can sometimes fear in the human realm. This is a power that is a power that is deep within us. That is a power that is, it's freeing. Because when we access this power inside of ourselves, we have the power of being connected with the infinite and the Almighty that is the most loving and compassionate. And it frees us from all of those ways where in our humanity we feel a lack of power and try to use all of our external resources to muster up power to compensate for the lack of internal, true personal power. So all of those ways where we fear power and where we fear our own power and other people's power, those have come largely from a place of attempting to compensate for a feeling of lack. And that's where power goes off. So that's not the power we're calling on here. We're calling on the true essence of divine power. And just let your heart just kind of dabble its toes into that stream of the divine power as that is streaming into our circle and filling the container of our circle with this vibration, this essence. We'll call also on the essence of divine light, the pure divine light. And just feel that streaming into the center of our circle, streaming into your heart, filling your heart with this essence of pure divine light. And breathe that in through your heart space. Let your heart center, that funnel of energy at the front of your heart space, let that be a breathing portal, and breathe in through that portal. You can put your hand over the center of your chest if that helps you. And breathe into the space beneath your hand, breathing in this essence of this divine light and of this divine power. And again, calling on our source, we ask you to please send your essence of your unconditional love. This is the love that is the existence of love, that is the love that breathes life, life force energy, consciousness into each and every one of us, that energy that runs through all things, that connects us as one, the unconditional love that is the soup we swim in, that is the substance of all things. This is not dependent on conditions, as our human love is often dependent on conditions, because that's the nature of the heart, to open and to close and to turn between this material realm and what's happening in this 3D world and that which is the inner, that inner place of unity and connection. That's the nature of the heart, is to manage the conditions and the openness to love based on conditions, but there is a love that exists independent of conditions. That's our human thing. We call on this essence of unconditional love. And again, breathe that in through your heart center, letting that fill all of your heart space with this pure essence of the divine power, the pure divine light, and unconditional love. And breathe that in, let it fill all of your heart space, and let it fill all of your core. You can breathe it all the way into your belly. You can put your hands over your belly and feel your belly expand as you inhale, and draw that in all the way through your heart center and into all of the core of your body. And as you exhale, just let everything, any of the excess, the clutter, the dust, the cobwebs, any of that stuff that you don't need, let that be carried out with your exhale and delivered into this ocean in the center of our circle to be cleansed and purified and released from you. And with our hearts, again, let's call on our source, and we ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. This is the ocean of divine compassion that is eternal, because it is here before us and it is here after us. It's not even a part. It is a part, but it is not a part of the reality that is dependent on our time and space, our concepts of time and space. It is the soup that our time and space reality exists in. It is eternal compassion. So again, we call on that essence of the divine power, of the pure divine light, of the unconditional love, and the eternal compassion. calling on that essence, and as that streams into the center of our circle, inhale that into your heart center. And as you exhale, relax, release, and soften. And with each inhale, let yourself draw this essence in a little bit deeper into your heart space. And allow this vibration, this essence, to infuse into all of your oxygen. And as you breathe this in and it's infused into your oxygen, let it be taken up by your blood and delivered to every cell of your body. Delivering with your oxygen this essence, this divine nourishment, the divine nutrients of divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion, and the divine power. And as every cell in your body carries consciousness, let's make a call to every cell, to every fiber of your consciousness, to turn to face this essence of this pure divine light, of unconditional love, of eternal compassion, and of divine power. Turn to face this and open to receive it, and invite the consciousness carried throughout your body to take this in. Take in this vibration and let the consciousness throughout your body be cleansed and be nourished and be reminded of its core. Because at your core and at the core of the consciousness that's carried throughout your body is the knowing of your being as a being of light, as a being of love, as a being of compassion, as a being of true personal divine power. This is your essence of truth. This truth is known at your core. This truth is known at the core of every fiber of consciousness within your being. It's known in every cell of your body. So inviting all of that, as you breathe this in, inviting all of the fibers of your consciousness to also breathe this in, so that you may be reminded at every level of your being of the truth of who and what you are. And as you're reminded, this washes away your false beliefs that you've taken on in this world about who and what you are. It washes away your coping strategies, your defense mechanisms, all of those things that you don't need anymore, because they're based on the past and things that you've taken on throughout your past that tell you that you are other than this divine essence. So trust in the wisdom of the divine as this vibration of this pure divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion, and divine power is washed through your body, cleansing you on a cellular level and returning you to your origin. Trust in the wisdom to know what within you is ready to be cleansed and released, ready to be transformed, and what may still need to hang on for a little while because perhaps you're not quite ready to let go of a particular defense pattern yet, and that's okay. Maybe more to work out with that first. But trust in the divine to know and let yourself be cleansed. Just release as much as you can of the tension throughout your body. So you gotta let down the guard, let down the barriers, and allow yourself to be washed and to be cleansed and to be restored as your true being of divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion, and your true power as a being of light. And as you connect to your own compassion and power within your heart, breathing that in, let's take a moment and offer prayers for all of those who have been affected by the earthquakes of this past weekend in California and in Nevada, and any other of the disasters and calamities and hardships that people have been enduring over this past week and beyond. Just take a moment and offer a prayer, calling on the One, calling on the angels, calling on the prophets and messengers, calling on the saints and perfected ones, calling on all of the guides, the teachers, the healers, the helpers, and all who are here to support our journey on this planet Earth at this time, asking for your help for the people, your help for the planet, your guidance for each and every one of us to know how to come together to help each other, to support each other, to love each other, to care for each other, to lift each other and build each other up in these times that can be challenging, that can appear to tear us down. For all of those who are struggling with illness, who have recently passed or are making their transitions. I'd also like to offer a prayer for those immigrants at the border and those who are struggling and suffering and trying to find safety and peace in this world. I ask for help for them, for safety and for peace for them. Also ask for each of us to be rightly guided to know how to pray, how to be, how to hold all of these situations that are going on, how to know when we're called to take action, and to be rightly guided with whatever action is being asked of us. As we are here to love each other, to have compassion for each other, to care for each other, to know each other, and to know ourselves through each other, and to see you in each and every being, and to serve you through our service to others. And I invite you to offer your personal prayer for whatever may be on your heart today. We offer our prayers with positive expectancy of the divine decree, knowing that our prayers are heard and that there is a divine orchestration at play, It's guiding each and every one of us. It is orchestrating this entire movie of many dimensions. And with that, we're at the end of a holiday weekend here in the United States, and I appreciate that this request came in. The question was, do you have any quick tips for remaining in your personal power while encountering the old family dynamics? Came from someone who is visiting family for the weekend, as I imagine some of us have had the opportunity to do. And it's amazing how no matter how much work we've done on ourselves or how much we've transformed, that those times of getting back together with the people that we grew up with so often can take us right back to where we were when we were young and we were in those like early on relationships, and you think you're in your, in your personal power and in your space and in your, everything's going great, and all of a sudden something happens and you're 10 years old again. And it's like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? And then you're just triggered just like you were back then, and you're just ready to like be in that fight. And the other people around you are in that same place too, and it's like, oh my gosh, how do we keep going back there? But we do. It's how we're wired. It's what happens. And so, we're watching the fireworks and sparks are flying in the sky, and we're looking around us and they're flying all around us too, because these old family dynamics are just reigniting those old sparks, right? No matter what. It's like those old versions of ourselves come out to be known again, and you're like, dang it, no, I'm not that person anymore. Where's that? Why is that coming up? But the most important thing, the first thing, is that you recognize it, right? Sometimes it takes a while to even recognize it because you're just in it, and it is what it is. And you don't even recognize it until you, dang it, I don't want to be this person. I don't like this person. I don't want to be in this dynamic with these people. They're driving me crazy. Where's my peace? Well, first off, recognize the situation that you're in, and recognize that there are many versions of you living inside yourself, and all that has happened is some version of that person standing in front of you or around you has just called on an old version of you who's still hanging out. And the two of them are coming to play. And the truth is, that's probably not that person either when they're not in this old dynamic with you. So what do? You recognize it, and you say, I recognize you. Okay, wait a minute now. You're not the truth of me, not the truth of the true me. You are just a version of me from beyond. So who am I becoming in this moment? Am I being true to my most authentic self, to the truth of me at my core and at my center? Because that truth of you that lives at your core, at your center, that truth of you is still there. It's still in you. And you can call yourself back to your center and reclaim control to that command central. The you that knows your truth, the you that is the you that witnesses and discerns what's going on and makes the judgments about what's going on. The you that is the true you within all of those versions of yourself. So take a minute now and just check in with your body. Check in with your heart. check in with your spirit. Take a full and gentle breath again into your heart space. And just notice what may have been called up in you in recent relationships or interactions with people that may have called up something inside of you that is that a version of yourself that you don't like to be, where it felt like you went off center and you lost connection with that truth of you, the true core of you that knows, the knowing you. And just recall, is there a situation that's come up that pops to mind, or perhaps one that is from, heck, who knows, maybe even from this weekend? And just call that up and invite the energy of it. Just invite it out into your hands. So the energy of this dynamic and this version of you that perhaps needs a little bit more love and care and cleansing, purification. Just invite that to come out and sit into your hands. Draw that out of you into your hands and place that into the center of our circle, into this ocean of divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion. Because this part of you definitely could use some love, some light, some compassion, some care, some nurturing, and some nourishing. So offer that into the center of our circle and allow it to be loved and to be cared for, to be cleansed, to be purified. And take a breath into yourself of this light and love and compassion. Breathe this into yourself, through your heart center and into your core. And as you breathe this in, just check in with your posture. In accessing our personal power, posture can play a big role in helping us to connect. So just upright your posture. Align your posture, that center of your head, that space that's halfway between front and back of your head, halfway between side to side with your head. Just imagine that life force cord, that cord of life force energy that comes in through the top of your head, and it passes through that center point in your head, and it moves down your body along the front of your spine, and it connects in with that center part of your heart space that we've been breathing into all this time. You just feel that pillar coming down through your heart center, lighting up that heart space even more. And let that heart space be vertically aligned with your head space. And again, this core life force cord coming down through your body vertically along the front of your spine, and connecting in with your sacral center, your creative life force center, and continuing all the way through you and into the earth. So upright your posture, align your posture with this vertical core. And if you're lying down, if it feels right for you to lie down and do this, that's okay. Just align yourself. For some people, they can feel it when they lie down, and others need to stand up for it or sit up for it. Whatever works best for you. tune into yourself and give yourself what best supports you. So you've got this alignment of your core. And take a breath into your heart center again. And as you exhale, let yourself really drop into your core. And now I want you to notice your energy. Sometimes our energy dissipates and it spreads way out. And it's like if you were an oak tree, like your energy is more out with the leaves than it is with the core, the inner ring of your trunk of your tree that's at the center and firmly rooted into the ground. So in this moment, in your next breath, as you inhale, draw your energy into your core. Draw all of your energy into your vertical core. And as you exhale, ground your energy down through your core and into the earth. And let's do this a few times, and it might help you to stand in that Wonder Woman stance. Now, when you're in the moment with your family, you're probably not going to break into Wonder Woman stance with, your feet shoulder width apart, hands on your hips, your cape flying behind you, but you might. But you can kind of do that energetically, think, okay, wait a minute, where's my posture? Where's my stance? Is my weight evenly distributed on my feet? Is my shoulders relaxed and my chest lifted? And when we do this, sometimes we can have a tendency to raise our head up. So bring your chin down just a little bit so your head is facing straight and your gaze is slightly, your chin is slightly down so as to contain the energy within the core of your being. You're drawing your energy in, you're containing it within your globe, your light globe. And as you exhale, bring this core energy down to ground into the earth. Drawing your energy up into your core, your aligned core, and grounding it into the earth. And to feel your connection with the earth underneath your feet, through your legs, through your hips. And feel the earth energy. Also, feel your connection into the earth, and just feel your energy into the earth, 2 feet in, 3 feet, 5 feet, 8 feet in. Just feel your energy all the way into the earth. And as you make that connection with the earth, feel all of that beautiful grounding energy, all of that wisdom of the earth and its elements connected in with your energy and moving up through your body, bringing you nourishment and wisdom and that earth wisdom throughout your body. So again, align your core. Feel your life force cord running through your body from the heavens and grounding you into the earth. Draw your energy in so that your energy is concentrated at your vertical core. And then as you exhale, ground down into the earth, feeling your energy connecting in with the earth. And then feel your center of gravity. Your center of gravity in your body is at your lower dantian point. It's that point, kind of your sacral center point. It's about 4 fingers width beneath your belly button. So if you put your hand just so that your fingers are in a line and together just beneath your belly button, that point there just beneath your little finger is your dantian point. It's your center of gravity. It's that place where you know, if you want to be like Weebles Wobble, but they don't fall down, that place where when you move from the center of gravity, you maintain balance. It's really good for maintaining balance as you walk and as you move. It keeps you from running out of energy when you're using your body in various ways. You focus your energy at that center of gravity within your body at your lower dantian point, just beneath your belly button. And again, halfway front to back, halfway side to side, inside your body. And it might help you to connect in with this place and feel grounded if you bounce a little bit. Shake out your hips and let your base relax so that you can feel it connecting into, feel the energy moving through you and connecting into the earth. And if you have a tight base, and a lot of us do, I certainly did for a very long time where I had a really hard time opening my base. You know, you can do that where you kind of squeeze everything together, and then with a big, like an exhale, just let it go and bounce a little bit. And then do it again, squeeze everything together, and then let it go and bounce a little bit. And just feel, you know, do that another time. Make it 3 times. Squeeze everything together, and then let it go and bounce a little bit. You're letting that base relax and feeling that center of gravity at your lower dantian, and then feel your strength and power at your center of gravity. Let your power center, let it feel that center there. And you can even shift your weight from side to side, from front to back, as you let this center of gravity be the point that you move from, be the point of balance within you. Feel how that feels to move from this space and to have your energy, again, drawn into your core, grounded into the earth and centered right there in that power center. Feel that inside yourself. This is the core of you. Let this be the place that you move from. Let the heart be the place that you, of wisdom within you. Your heart be the place that where you connect in with the knowing you. And let your mind be that place of light and clarity, so that you are centered and grounded and you are in your core. You are connected with the knowing you that is the witness you, that is command central for all of the other versions of you, or elements of you, pieces of you, that also exist within your physical material reality. It's kind of like if you imagine the rings of a tree. You know, when you cut a tree, you see all the rings in the tree. There is the center core of you. And the center core of you, all of those rings of the tree are all about stuff that has happened as you've grown. Be the center core, this inner ring of you, and let that be strong. Let that be solid. Let it be rooted and grounded. This is the core of you. Let this be the place that you live from, that is centered, that is grounded, that is firmly rooted, that is balanced, and that is your origin of your being as a being of light, love, and compassion, and of your own power, your own truth, your core truths. And as you feel, let all of the consciousness, all of the cellular consciousness within your body, within your physical body, within your energy body, within your mental body, let them all witness and observe this place as you stand in it. Let them take note. Invite them to know this place inside of you so that they can know to return you to this place when you forget. Let yourself feel it. Let your nervous system feel it. Let your nervous system acclimate and adjust to this place inside yourself. Kun fayakun, that means be and it is. Let yourself be. Feel that. And then I invite you. If you feel okay with this, you just call up that whatever situation may have taken you off center before, and stand in this stance, in this position in front of that. Again, letting that core light be strong inside of you, feeling your alignment, your vertical alignment with your core life force energy at your center, aligning you to your core truths and your core essence. Take a deep breath into your heart and draw all of your energy into the core of your being. And as you exhale, ground down into the earth, feeling your solid, grounded, rooted connection into the earth. Again, bring your head slightly down so that you're containing all of your energy within your space. And then feel your center of gravity sit into your hips. Feel your center of gravity at your lower dantian. And connect with your power at this center of gravity, at this dantian point. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Relax into your hips and be you. Feel your strength as you move from this place. Feel how good it feels to be centered and grounded in yourself. And for the people around you, know they all have various versions of themselves that come out, but in any case, whatever version they're choosing to be in the moment, let them be them. And you be you. Release your responses to any of their conditions and let you be you. Because no one can take that away from you. You are you. Kun fayakun. Be and it is. And just notice if you've got this energy in front of you as you stand in this place. Just stay with it so you can feel really comfortable standing in you, in the core of you, in the innermost truth of your being, as you face these other elements and dynamics. And just breathe. Continue breathing in the light, breathing in the strength and the power. staying rooted, staying grounded, staying centered, staying connected with your core truth and your core light. Continue to breathe. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Being centered, grounded, connected. Feeling your center of gravity, feeling your personal power. Let you be you. Take a few more breaths into this space, just feeling it and letting the feeling of it become known throughout your consciousness. Letting your consciousness become comfortable and familiar, acclimated to this space within you. Letting the information disseminate throughout all of your being. And take a moment for gratitude, to give thanks for what you've received and thanks for what you've released and more thanks for what you've received. Kun fayakun, be and it is. Okay, and remember this is a process that you can do anytime, whether it's with your family or friends or community or coworkers or whatever that might be, with your children. You can come from a strong and loving place inside of yourself and not be knocked off center when things are getting chaotic. But you can be you regardless of whatever else is going on around you. Kun fayakun. So again, those steps are align your physical body with your vertical core, your light core, your core of light and life force energy. Bring your head to face forward with your chin slightly down to contain the energy within you. Take a full breath and draw all of your energy in. Exhale and ground it down, connecting in with the earth. Feel your center of gravity at your lower dantian point beneath your belly button. Let this be the space that you move from and connect with your personal power within this space. And of course, connecting with the wisdom of your heart, letting that connect you in with the knowing you, the witnessing you, the truth of you. Staying centered, grounded, and in your own personal power. Okay, and we'll move into the Q&A for our call as we are moving into this point, and especially if you're listening to the recording. Remember that this is not something you go away and do and then come back to resume life as normal. This is integrating into your being so that it can stay a part of you from this day forward. So if you feel, hopefully you feel grounded having done this and you feel connected to the earth and to your body. But if you got your eyes closed and you want to open and just connect with the space around you, hold this as you connect with the space around you as best you can so that it really becomes integral into who you are as a being on planet Earth. All right, and with that, I'll bring the call to a close. If you're, again, listening to the recording, you're welcome to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. You can find the information for joining us at joyfullylivingwellness.com. While you're there, pick up your copy of the 10 Spiritual Principles of Our Human Existence. It's just a one sheet that you can print out as many copies as you want and put wherever you want to remind yourself of the truth of who and what you are and why you're here, because there are way too many things in this world that want to take us away from that and have us believe something different from that, rather than being in the truth of who we are and knowing the truth of who we are. So we owe it to ourselves to remind ourselves as much as possible of that truth so that we can remember processes like this where we can connect in and be in our truth and be in our center and our grounded personal power as we move through the world. All right, with that, I'm ending the recording and opening for Q&A.